Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're covering the Revenue Intelligence Overview tab inside GoCSM. This is for agency owners, executives, partners, and directors who want to understand the financial health of their SaaS at a glance. Where's the money coming from? What does it cost to deliver it? And whether your margins are holding up or eroding. Now, most agency owners know their total MRR. What they don't often know is how that revenue breaks down by plan, by product, and by cost. And that's where pricing problems and margin erosion hide. Like they say, the devil is in the details. This tab surfaces all of that automatically so you can spot issues early on and then make smarter decisions about your pricing, packaging, and even your marketing and especially your retention efforts. This is all demo data on the screen, but the layout is exactly what you'll see with your real numbers. At the very top, you can check the 4 KPI cards weekly to track your financial trajectory: total revenue, total cost, total margin, and margin percentage, each with a trend indicator right below it to show you whether it went up or down compared to the previous period. The financial overview chart that's right below that will give you additional data and deeper data on these same numbers. Revenue is blue, cost is red, and margin is green. You can toggle between daily, weekly, and monthly from here. This way you can actually see how the gap is increasing or decreasing between the revenue and cost lines. A stable or widening gap means that your margins are healthy. Great job there. If those lines start converging, your revenue is flattening, for example, while the costs are rising, or your revenue is growing but the costs are growing faster, that means your margin is compressing. And this is your signal to dig into the sub-accounts tab at the very top to find out which accounts or cost categories are driving this. If your margin percentage declines for 2 consecutive weeks, treat that as your trigger to investigate. The 2 leaderboards right above financial overview show your top 5 highest paying accounts and your top 5 lowest spending accounts. You can check the highest paying list monthly and then cross-reference it with login activity. If one of your top 5 revenue accounts is showing up as at risk or dormant, that's a red alert that's worth a personal call. The low spending list is worth checking weekly. Pick a couple or all 5 depending on your availability, and then dig into them on the sub-accounts tab to understand why they're spending so little. You may find upsell opportunities or accounts that are quietly winding down and need to be rescued before they actually churn. Below that, we have revenue by SaaS plan. This is super useful if you want to see how many accounts are on each pricing tier that you offer and the revenue it generates. And it's broken into cost in red and then gross profit in green. You can check this once a month to evaluate your pricing strategy and then look at the ratio of red to green on each tier. If one of your plans, for example, has significantly more cost relative to profit, that tier may need a price adjustment or a change in what you're including in it. You can also expand each plan by clicking on it. This way you can see monthly versus annual breakdown, and you can click on any bar on the right to actually pull up all the accounts that fall within that plan. You can click on any of these to look at monthly versus annual breakdown, and you can click on any bar to filter the sub-accounts tab to show you just that plan's accounts just by clicking on it. Below that, we have revenue by product and service, and this gives you the deepest dive of the overview tab. You can click on any of these to see exactly what your revenue and margin looks like for each of the add-ons, as well as the usage rebilling, which happens through the wallet. This is where you can see how diversified your revenue actually is. We recommend checking this once a month. If a wallet revenue represents a significant portion of your total revenue, that's a good sign. It means your clients are actively using the CRM for communication and automation, which means that they're very reliant on it, which leads to higher stickiness and then deeper reliance on the platform. If wallet revenue starts trending down while your subscriptions stay flat, that means your clients are using the platform less and less. And that is a leading indicator of churn that shows up in the revenue data before it shows up as a cancellation. You can expand each category to see the individual product and click on any of these items to filter in the sub-accounts tab. So weekly, make sure to check the KPI cards that are at top, and financial overview chart for margin trends, and review the low spending list versus the high spending list. Once a month, we recommend reviewing the highest spending list against login activity, check your revenue by SaaS plan for pricing health, and then check revenue by product service for shifts in your revenue mix. This tab gives you all the high level numbers. The sub accounts tab, which we'll cover next, gives you the names behind those numbers. Thank you so much for watching. And as usual, don't ever hesitate to reach out if you need any help or have any feedback for us. And I'll see you in the next video.